Yes, it is on now.
Yeah. How are you?
Well, to be honest, it's been a very long day, but I'm excited for our conversation. How about you, Prasant?
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. So, yeah, shall we start?
Yeah, sure. Should I
Yeah.
introduce
Could
myself?
you
Then we will
please?
continue.
Yeah, I want to know yourself. Yeah.
Yes, my name is Roshan, and I am from Bihar. I'm about to graduate, like this month. Hopefully, I'll get my degree of English honors. Currently, I'm working in a
Mhm.
school. At the same time, I have created a YouTube channel. It is Roshan Escapes, where I talk about books, movies, and I talk to people like you to improve my
Mhm.
speaking skills. I like to read books, watching movies, and playing
Yeah.
cricket. This is from my
Mhm.
side. I'd love to know
Yeah.
about you, Prasant.
Yeah. Sure. Hey, hi. My name is Prashanth. I'm born and raised in Tamil Nadu, specifically from Dindigul. I completed
Hmm,
bachelor's in computer science and engineering from Anna University.
hmm,
I'm currently staying in Kochi, Kerala. I'm working as a software developer at private sector.
hmm,
Um, I'm a passionate about my career and always strive for personal and professional growth. In my free time, I
hmm.
reading books to nurture my creative and intellectual interest. Recently,
That's
I
really
started
cool.
a new YouTube channel for
Hmm,
English Elevation Prashant with Prashant.
hmm.
So yeah, this is all about me right now. Um, Roshan,
Hmm.
Roshan or Roshan?
It is Roshan. Roshan.
Roshan.
Like you can call
It's
me
not a
whatever
Ritik
you want to
Roshan.
Roshan. Yes, like Ritik Roshan.
Roshan.
But Ritik part is missing, and that handsome thing is also missing here. Just Roshan.
But you are also
All right.
looking.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Roshan. How long you have been learning in this language?
Actually, I think I have answered it so many times, the same question,
Mm,
that it was never a
mhm,
conscious decision that, I decided to learn this language. I have always been
mhm,
interested in stories ever since I was a kid.
mhm.
I was fond of
Yeah.
reading books, like story
Mm,
books, but I used to read
yeah.
those books in Hindi. Like I'm from Bihar, so
Mhm,
my schooling was done in Hindi medium school, so I was familiar with the
yeah.
language. But because of internet, I was introduced to many other forms of storytelling, and most of them were
Mhm,
in English language. So gradually, I started reading comic books, comics. Then
okay.
I watched a lot of movies, and gradually I realized that I was able to comprehend this language. But last
Yeah.
year, I thought like I need to get used to comfortable speaking to a camera in front of a camera,
Okay.
and that's how I started practicing myself. I just put myself in a difficult situation. I started talking to
Mhm,
myself, and that's how I was able to comprehend, like to express my ideas
yeah.
clearly. And this year, like for
Yeah.
the past 3 or 4 months, I have been continuously approaching people and talking to people like you. So this is the way, like
Yeah.
never a conscious decision, but somehow because of my habits of reading, watching movies, YouTube, podcast, I was able to understand this language.
Okay. Actually, you are
Mm,
used to watch the series, watch the movies, you are reading
mm,
books
mm.
in your native language or English?
Like earlier, most of the things were in Hindi. Earlier, when I was in
Mm,
class till class eighth standard, till class eight,
okay.
I was mostly consuming Hindi medium. But as I
Mhm,
grew up, when I was in ninth, tenth, like gradually the shift started. Gradually,
yeah.
like it was not that today from today on I will be only reading English. No, when I was in
Yeah.
class 11th, I made a conscious decision that I will be reading most of the things in English. From class 11th, I made up my mind.
Okay.
So reading comics books helped me a lot. Like I used to read
Yeah.
manga a lot, Japanese comics. I used to read those a lot.
Okay.
Mm.
Why are you learning this language actually? Any reasons behind it?
Uh, like I told you, it was never a conscious decision. I never realized that I was
Okay.
learning it. It was just to
Yeah.
entertain myself, to entertain myself. But I will
Mm,
accept this. Like for the past 1.5 year, I have approached
mhm,
people in real life too, or here on the internet for the past 3 or 4 months. There I got to
yeah.
communicate with them. Otherwise, it was mostly reading and watching movies.
Oh,
And of course, in my class 11th and 12th, I had to study grammar. So those
yeah.
days, I used to take grammar classes. Here, my teacher was, his name is Anand sir. he provided me a platform where I could talk to people in English when I was in class 11th and 12th. So that helped me a lot.
Okay.
Like in my beginning
Okay.
phase, it helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm. You're
Hmm.
working as a teacher, right? English teacher.
Yes, right now, yes, in a school.
What are the topics that you're covered in? Are it you're
Like I
working?
have to, hmm
Yeah. Go
like
ahead. Go ahead.
I have to teach class 6th to 10th. So there I cover
Mm-hmm.
literature section, grammar section, and twice a
Mm-hmm.
week I organize a speaking class where I main focus is to you know expose those students to public speaking or ask them to speak on the things they have studied, right? Like a communication class. So I have to cover three things: communication, literature, and grammar. So I cover these three parts in my school.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Fine. Do you have any goals in your life? One short term goal or long term?
Yes, like long-term goal is to grow my YouTube channel. It is that I want to become a language trainer. For that, I'm working on
Okay.
myself, and this is the reason
Mm-hmm.
why I'm putting this much effort, like talking to you or approaching different kind of people. So this is my long-term goal to be able to, to reach to a certain level where I will be able to train people. Like right now I'm working, but I want to get good at it. Like no matter what level is, I can train beginner or intermediate level, but I am still, that upper layer of intermediate. I haven't reached to advanced
Mm-hmm.
level. For that, I need to work on
Okay.
myself, and that's what I'm doing. And my short-term goal is to uh, build some good habits like working out, which I haven't been able to continue regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I want to work on and to study, man. I'm not a good student. I have never been. So this is something like to get good at my academics. You know, uh,
Okay.
that's what I want to improve within 2 or 3 months. Let's see if I can or not.
Have you ever visited in southern part of India, if any chance?
No, but it is in my list that I want to travel. I like South a lot. Like this is one of my favorite
Okay.
places that I want to visit in my country. I have visited, Delhi and Kolkata, but I have never
Mm-hmm.
been to that part. But hopefully one day, if I make enough money and I have saved enough,
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely traveling there, man. And I like you. I like people from there. Like their language is good, and I'm really interested in language. Like Tamil, I
Okay.
not understand anything, but I'm huge fan of Tamil
Mm-hmm.
cinema. I don't remember the names, but I make sure I'm watching those movies in original language. I don't watch dub.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
watching, Tamil, Telugu, or Kannad, I hope I'm saying it correctly.
Mm.
So, or even Malayalam. Like I like to
Okay.
watch everything in its original language with English subtitles. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
really like the culture and food looks
Mm.
interesting. If I'm
Okay.
if I'm able to find food here, like I do like to have Tamil food and South Indian food. So this is one of the reason I want to travel there.
Mm. Have you ever traveled in abroad, right? Abroad?
Abroad, never. I've never been to abroad. I have
Yeah.
only been to Delhi
Mm.
and
Yeah.
Kolkata and some other part of our country. Otherwise, I've never been
But
to even Nepal.
yeah,
But I
okay.
want to
But I
travel.
love to, but yeah, I want to love to travel the northeast part of
Eastern
Meghalaya,
part, like where I
Darjeeling.
belong to.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Not Darjeeling, now Meghalaya, Manipur,
Hmm.
Arunachal Pradesh, Kedarnath,
Hmm.
Badrinath,
I think these
Uttarakhand.
all
Yeah,
places
this
are
kind
hilly
of,
area.
yes, yes.
Hmm.
I want to
Full of.
see that. If I get a chance, I just
Hmm.
love to see that place.
Definitely, man, you should. And even one of those places, like the places you mentioned, I also want to travel because of the mountains. Like I have never
Mm-hmm.
climbed a single mountain, but I have read a lot about it, and it's really fascinating when I hear stories about them. And yeah, this is one
Mm-hmm.
of the things. But traveling is expensive, dude. You have to work hard to save money and then
Why
travel.
you are staying in the nearest place of that I mentioned that
Yes,
place, so
but
you can
still,
go that na.
but still, it is expensive, dude. Like, of course, you can manage, but it requires a lot of planning. And if your
Mm-hmm.
friends are not coming, it becomes more challenging. Like solo traveling, I find it little bit risky at the moment. What do you think? Solo traveling is safe or not?
Yeah, solo thing. I actually how to say it? Uh, I'm a solo. Whenever I have no friends to interact
Yeah, same here.
with
I also
with
like to
with
travel
me,
solely,
because
solo. Mhm.
yeah, so I love solo traveling. Whenever I get a
Mhm.
time to travel with anyone anywhere, I just love
Hmm.
to travel with solo. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. Yes, yes. But I think that if you have a friend, it becomes more interesting. You are able to relax
Mm,
more properly. You don't have to care about your things, like if somebody is going to steal or
mm,
not. You can make time
yes.
for sleeping. Otherwise, traveling, you have to take care of so many things. It is not just that I'm going to record everything or I'm just going to relax all the time. It's not gonna happen,
Oh,
right?
okay. You're doing like lagging, right?
No, no, no. I don't blog, but I do want to. Like now I have created my channel, so now I want to try some new things to vlog
Yeah.
and to record and all of this stuff.
Mhm. You only put a videos like in these conversation videos or any other part of like vlogging, right?
I
Cooking.
talk about
Yes.
books. I talk about books and movies. That's what I usually did.
Mm,
And I make
okay.
like Sasta podcast, cheap. Sasta means
Mhm.
cheap.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
like we're not very expensive. So I'm making a real life podcast with my friends, or if I'm able to
Mm.
find guest here, I'll send you my channel link. Then you can check it out.
Yeah, sure. What kind of food book would you suggest me about lack of confidence? Yeah.
I don't read non-fiction much and self-help
Okay.
books. I'm more into fiction, I fantasy,
Okay.
like where I can just entertain myself and relax. For example, I like to
Mm-hmm.
read, and of course, classic too, because I'm literature student, so I had to read William Shakespeare and
Mm-hmm.
Dostoevsky
Oh,
and then Charles Dickens. There were so many authors that I had to read. But I will recommend you to read something which you are interested. Don't go with my recommendation, not internet
mm.
recommendation. Find something which you are interested. For example, if
Okay.
you are interested in a particular genre or a style of writing, just search on it. You will find tons of recommendation on it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fine, fine.
But
You
my
know
favorite
Sudha
book
Murthy?
is,
You know
yeah, go
Sudha
on, go
Murthy?
on. I have heard her name, but I have never read anything from her.
See, now I heard that name with so many times. Every North
Hmm.
Indian peoples are used to read
Sudha
that book.
Murthy.
So
Hmm.
and mention that name, Sudha Modi book. Very easy to read, easy to understand of book.
Language.
So
Hmm.
yes,
I have I have read a few Indian authors like R.K. Narayan, uh, and then there is a book called Kanthapura, The Guide. So these were my syllabus books in my literature. These
okay.
were a bit
Mm-hmm.
a bit difficult to read, but I'll recommend you to read The Alchemist by Paulo
Mm-hmm.
Coelho. He's a Brazilian author, and it's quite easy to read. The language is easy, but
Yeah,
it is very interesting book. Last, then we will wrap
yeah,
it up. My favorite book
yeah.
is The Prophet. Like
Mm-hmm.
uh, the book is called The Prophet. It is not a religious book.
Okay.
It's a kind of poetic essay, and
Mm-hmm.
there are a lots of things that you can learn from it. Every aspect of your life is discussed there. So by Khalil
Okay.
Gibran, The Prophet. If you have time, please read it. This is the one book I like to
Yeah,
recommend to you.
yeah. One sec. I have one question actually. What are
Go
the
on.
ways that you are following for you improve your communication skills? What are and also what would you
Hmm.
recommend me to improve my communication skills?
Prasant, you are doing great. I'll just recommend you one thing that just surround yourself with the four things: listening, speaking, writing, and reading. Find one
Reading.
thing from
Okay.
each of the sectors. Like you can read a
Mm-hmm.
book every day. Like you don't have to force
Okay.
yourself. Find something which you are
Okay.
interested in. That's what I'm telling you. Make it part of
Yes.
your
Yes.
routine. Read something which you are interested. Write
Mm-hmm.
about your day. Write about your YouTube
Okay.
videos. You can plan those things, and
Mm-hmm.
it becomes really
Okay.
interesting. And
Mm-hmm.
and then reading, writing, speak. You are already speaking to
Okay.
me, so approach more people, talk to them,
Okay.
because if you won't
Okay.
talk, you will be able to understand but not able to convince, because your
Okay.
tongue and your brain is not used to this language. You just have
Yes.
to
Yes.
train yourself, like train yourself to say the things, and that's only going to
Yeah.
happen if you speak. And last one, like listen a lot, like to podcast, your favorite
Mm.
speakers, listen to them, and
Okay.
you won't even realize how
Automatically
easy it is
comes.
to learn.
Okay.
Hmm.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Before wind up, if you want any question, ask me. You can ask me.
uh, you are doing great, and I that's what I will say, and hopefully we can connect in future. And thank you for your time,
Sure.
Prasant. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Roshan. Bye. Take care.
Bye, take care.